Tuna answer tumenoshanga makuturas kimtumia fia tunabai kishanika kula mori yake nilimkulia
Good evening from wherever you are. We had a lot going on. Should have anyway. On our media platforms on
Well, one, my people, and today I've not literally ranted anything about Rythm Scoop Show every Monday and Friday. Friday from 3 p.m. and Friday from 3 p.m. and
on Rythm Scoop. Really excited to be here after defining Africa as on Rythm Scoop. Really excited to be here after defining Africa as you. It's a great time to be your life.
And with our motivational quotes of the day coming in
at the black chocolate they find the boss tena wema pewa tako na my daddy version tunakusengenya ni Mr. Last Guy bad bitch kwa party vibe iko top kwenye TikTok kana konga TikTok vibe iko top kwenye TikTok kana konga TikTok anapenda kuzitoka
hapendi vijana
You a beautiful week ahead and
it's a word I always say every day. It's a word I always say every day.
Joka na perform tiba bomba na kuna tattoo vibe iko top kwenye flow joka na popka TikTok kana kuna
the evening in the 254 34 minutes as we speak. See me surviving.
You're surviving.
I am so what
My weekend was really wild. Daddy Nally, I think. It was really wild. Daddy Nally, I think. Yes, it was really with like family, you know. Yes, it was really with like family, you know.
Lady in red.
Oh my god, they didn't see that.
They're like red.
Oh my god, they didn't see that.
They're like young. 19, they don't have energy. Young. 19, they don't have energy.
As much as I'm not really spending time here, but just felt exhausted, but amazing kuchoka.
Exactly.
But I really had ladies complimented them.
Yes.
Shout out to Jode Manzi. Shout out to Jode Manzi. Yeah.
Like I was just one.
Yeah.
Like I was just one concert. It's been years and years.
Yeah.
Concert. It's been years and years.
Yeah.
Years. But when somebody tells you, how did you get that long time?
I was just laughing.
I'm sad, but that's just the
For
real.
Oh my god. Ever.
I've never been fun a teacher.
Wow.
So punishment silly valid reason to so you never been fun a teacher.
Wow.
So punishment silly valid reason to so you to suspend me. Like valid reason to so you to suspend me. Like most of the cases. So you to suspend me. Like most of the cases. So if you could gang up on because it's the one of the school, like you're so fired. School news. So sell you out. Don't you dare. Yes. Very nice. Shout out to you out. Don't you dare. Yes. Very nice. Shout out to Tyra and the gang. You know? Yeah. Tyra and the gang. You know? Yeah.
Teachers in high school, when looking at it, they had a lot of female and male.
We never had female teachers.
So he was not here, and I'm like, why you
the
fixing
people? We
male
never
teachers?
had female teachers.
So he was not here, and I'm like, why you
the
fixing
people
me?
who kick us.
Last one, I think I lost it, and I got suspended. A new school.
Wow.
So the next was just school.
Wow.
So the next were just like notorious. We used to still meet.
Our school we had an
So they serve a lot of food.
Yeah.
And then these cooks they pass back.
Oh
So
my
you're like,
gosh.
okay, no teachers, let's go.
What?
Oh my god. That's for 2 cows. 4 dictionaries.
Yeah,
Come a deputy watiaji. Notorious, we call him, we are speaking mother tongue. Live to be called again.
Right.
I remember.
Called again.
Right.
I
And then I went to
remember
buy 4
the
dictionaries.
day 1 week then nikatolewa.
Yeah.
So it got to traded na class to go busy na phone because traded na class to go busy na phone because how can you sneak in with a phone to how can you sneak in with a phone to school?
How did you sneak in with
How
it?
did you do it?
Tukasemekana tukona na wako sure kusachiwa tukaitiwa madam primary teacher madam to come and push up bras za here there kabla mtu afinye bras za here there kabla mtu afinye home safe mine great home safe mine
Great. Inside red after notice inside red after noticing okay pads and
I had a good time.
I was not. I mean, a lot of teachers on my back.
Really?
They're now the senior teacher. They say every Friday. They're now the senior teacher. They say every Friday, 10 minutes before 10 a.m. I have to go and I realized I have 15, and I was not having even a boyfriend. So shout out to us.
We could work
having even a boyfriend. So shout out to us.
We could walk out of classes. go too hard if you
Give you even one for writing.
Exactly.
If I was going to university.
Wow.
I met my teacher in Campo one time and she's like, me to buy them a phone. No, that's it. I've met my teacher in Campo one time and she's like, me to buy them a phone. No, that's it. I've ever
that is so African.
I know it's so
that is so African.
I know it's so African.
Useless.
Man,
Don't teach
so
me
good.
nonsense.
What do I do? Shout out to them though. They just tell me no, just leave. Cook for me there. And then everybody would sit like
losing my mom because and
then everybody would sit like
losing my mom because and saizi unafaa kwa very serious juu ni ile registration ya kuingia. For me I was really distracted. I was not okay mentally. I was depressed, and then after that still I was well compensated by the school. Like I really had people who really me so bad because I was sick. Ulikuwa ukifanya makosa home, like my principal really talked to the rest of the teachers like achana jobida like atu.
It was trash. But shout out to the
Sorry,
teachers, but that is not me. I know I'm notorious. Mandy was there representing, amazing. There was Tipsy G. When he started his career, nobody thought that he was there, believed in him. And one thing I love about Sheen commenting, of course, he's always requesting. He's been actually, because I think playing his songs, and that's how he followed our love, like literally. And if everyone could go to the studio, it was Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Celebrate mine every single day. Maybe she's not here.
Exactly.
For me, you don't find me posting it, you know, and she left an impact too.
Shout out to her for raising 5 kids alone.
Manze.
It's not easy because even at a certain and stuff like
and
that.
shout out to her again,
and she like
jumping from one man to another. You said, you questioned a couple of things. You don't need to walk from one man to another, just trying to live for.
With them to have like a partner. First, how died. It's kind of really hectic.
It's been such a strong, the fact that she used to like just contribute and still had her own thing, like we still be. I can see most of like my sisters and I, wifey kind of girls.
Mom in your life, like sometimes we take a actually don't the same way we always say importance of a dad in a family, father figure. Very
having with I think Juby was sitting there where Kamla
talking about OnlyFans. I don't know if you guys
like
have
if
seen.
you go deeper, most of these girls they like the father figure.
I understand as Africans you have with your loved ones. I really wish I want to talk. I can talk to someone. It's crazy, manze. But
family too.
Big Gloria and Tazola. Okay. So she claps back at a curious fan. Somebody, I don't know, I have lost it. So this is does that. You know, nowadays there's a perspective.
Or a woman who's or
I met people they were like
being misjudged because I'm not going to, what does she do?
Exactly.
You know, before people shout to Izo, before people realize actually business is not me or about anyone who's not going here. Exactly. Man,
it's so crazy.
Wow. We had hookers who are
we had hookers and people would knock all the time.
So they confuse the door. It's so creepy at the shops. I'm like, what's really going on? You know, do you really look at a lot of times? Like, there.
Now there's a studio. You know, before like people would knock crazy.
Like, wrong door.
Wrong door. You know, this perspective of people doing OnlyFans only. You know, I do believe there are people who actually videos and they're like, I work for a company, maybe not in type of way. You're actually doing OnlyFans. It has only to actually, and this also brings to a conversation where when a woman travels, all the time. So I actually can't.
It doesn't have to be a man.
And even who experience this, like, bro, what do you mean? You know, they feel even into they're like.
Nigerian neighbor, shout out to him. The first time it didn't add up to him, and it still doesn't even up to date. It's like closed. I'm like, schools are closed, especially if you're living alone, looking good, dirty things to maintain your lifestyle. Which is
but then let us not forget also other people who let us not forget also other people who do that OnlyFans, and not for us who do that OnlyFans, and for us. There are women who actually do. I remember there was a girl. There are women who actually do. I remember there was a girl that we asked her that, hey, can you actually stop doing it? if you get that.
yeah,
And she
that
told us here in the studio,
Oh my gosh.
it's like, okay, so this girl, even if she gets like a job 70 or 50. Yeah, and I feel like it has, even if she gets like a job 70 or 50. Yeah, and I feel like it has also spoiled or like, you know, the road for actually women who are actually doing legit work.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Thank you.
How are you doing?
That is the hot seat today.
You refuse to come to the hot seat. Let me know your thought about it. What is your thought?
I think I'm also a programmer.
What is your thought?
I think I'm also a programmer,
Yeah.
and I spend a lot of time at home. But I don't get surprised when people exceptions don't make the rule.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Except for like only 20% of people who stay are actually legit. What people claim you do.
People
so
claim you do.
Kenya, who were women,
Mm-hmm.
who women, like 3 women. In time, you see your
No, in Kenya.
Yeah, in Kenya, who's the most popular woman this week?
This week, Nadia.
Alicia. And this week,
This week, Nadia.
Alicia.
In Kenya.
Yes.
Alicia Kanini. So I've seen
Yeah,
somebody
facts don't
saying
have
that.
facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
They know but some of Say no, but some of For me, the way I think,
Okay.
it's a bigger reason than take away. For me, the way I think,
Okay.
it's a bigger reason than take away the African dad from the
Mm-hmm.
the generation of the word bastard.
Yeah.
African women do no longer want to be wives. They don't want to make children. They think making children is sort of a taboo right now. All of that. I'm not saying every male comedian who starts dressing. I'm not saying every male comedian who starts dressing as a woman in Africa becomes popular. As a woman in Africa becomes popular.
Dresses like
Which favors such things which are meant to bring us up and see.
sad because
That's
that is
deep.
just the fact.
I'm
Like, oh my
sorry.
god.
No, it's fans and then ask your TikTok. Alicia Kanini trending. Still on Instagram. Really corrupting a lot of people.
Yeah,
If you think that is bad, find a pillar of.
Yeah.
If you take away the woman, is over. If you take away the woman, take away the woman, is over. If you take away the woman, oh, she's in Dubai today. Oh, she's in Dubai today. After I carry away my new friend today. In Africa, it was scams.
Yeah.
Took away the men from the family.
It's comes.
How many young?
Lucky.
This gender's been plotted. They knew they were going to die out. So they needed to. You guys don't know. I told you. I told you over years ago they were all dying out. The Japanese are now asking Africa out. The research they were out of here. So they impregnate their women. So if you think I'm lying, go on TikTok, go on YouTube, and see the Japanese asking African men, hey, because man, it goes against your faith. You can see the black women on TikTok saying, you better stay your black ass at home. Hilarious. I think they're gonna start offering. I think they said.
Alright.
I think they're gonna start offering. I think they said.
Alright.
Yeah.
He was saying.
Yeah.
He was saying.
Yeah.
I think on the odds,
Yeah.
like, I think on the odds,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
sustained COVID in terms of infrastructure, but miraculously we did. It's already happening in Black America. It's already happening in Black America from what this Cardi B launched this XZB OnlyFans data. Only the top 10% of girls in OnlyFans. The top 10% of girls in OnlyFans make money.
Yeah.
They champion for a few. That's what make this money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of the
You believe you're all gonna have champagne.
a lot of the
You believe you're all gonna have champagne. You ever set up that shit going on in your head, so you won't overthrow their wicked ass going on in your head, so you won't overthrow their wicked ass system.
is, I think.
Yeah.
I don't. There are three entry points into Africa.
Yeah.
Sub-Saharan Africa, which is because Arabs. To penetrate the South, Kenya to penetrate East Africa,
Yeah.
and kind of trends like this girl happening now in Kenya. It's not a fluke. I can assure you, nothing happens that is a movement which is gonna creep now.
You're talking about the drop off tickets. You're going to be the country that you can influence the rest of Africa.
Including interview women.
Okay.
So they ask them in the like they have a lot of women.
I think I
in
know
their
that
tour.
podcast.
Yeah, if you see how they ask them questions like, hey, what do you do? What do you do? I'm like, you have a career and that everybody is just doing. Most of them are really black women. Agenda is just going really good.
Japan needs you. After South Korea proposed last week,
What was set up? I said they were going to need you, but that's a different story. We're going to continue.
specifically, black men were once and still is on.
Did.
I know.
You did
I
it.
thought them way before that.
You did
Way
it.
before that.
Dying numbers.
Yeah.
We've seen Japan, China.
Guarantee us If we send our men over there, they put us through.
After
Give them
everything
baby.
we put African people through, you're now looking for them to save you.
The
I
United
mean,
States is responsible
maybe
for
makes
what's
sense.
going on.
The question is, to some is, I see you call it. We are literally the bulls of the society. We are never like.
But what of the solution? Do you think that we are? I know, you know,
Every
because
time.
this reminds. Yeah. Will you actually say, guy out there who does it?
They should. If
Everything is happening.
it is,
People,
yes.
all these people are our enemy, but you don't even understand this population. But you don't have a dumb African. Oh, but there's a billion of them for science. And you've been miseducated.
Yeah.
You've been taught nonsense through colonialization. Took over Africa the first time with
Right.
the Arab and the white man. Then you said,
Yeah, but kid, that begs my question, especially, but somehow they tend to praise what we call mulattoes or light skin.
so lost these wars to legalize the individuals that have been slaves, and that you are the cream of the would know that you're melanin man. You're not calling the Arab man. But I'm trying to teach African people to understand who you're getting of everything. You could be a Darwin. You are the gods of this, but everybody else knows it doesn't know who they are. The ideal 2,000 years ago to ever sleep with an African woman. And then we've taken out all other fake IDs or sleep with this damn. You don't know that the African is taught to be retarded. An African baby that's, you know why? Because the melanin in your brain called neuromelanin. Do this for me, Shamani. Are you smarter than anybody? Well, they know that. Neuromelanin.
Neuromelanin is a black ordinarily present compactor and the local.
The electricity in your brain than anybody. So it means it's stress than anybody. That means you're 10 times smarter than anybody. What do you think in Africa reading the Bible, but you're not taught how to innovate? Or you telling it. That means they both your man knows this. Because they do. I want Eric trying to set up a show for their girlfriends so I can explain the bell and learn what it really is. So the science is in on you already. I know, Gemma, I'm just teaching them. Yes, I know. You're the smartest people on the planet. And it don't go in. You're the smartest people on the planet. Ignorant. Not my opinion. I'm giving you facts. And they invited. No black scientists, other people go to, but nobody African is allowed to inject it into our cells. Yeah, that's on the planet. You don't know that, but the Japanese know that. They're not worried about it because you're black. They know you're Korean. They know you're the original people. So they need my fine Cameroonian friend in the middle to go over to Japan.
They ain't even paying no money to do it. They're just saying, please, please, black men.
South Koreans are. The South Koreans are paying $75,000.
You know what I'm saying? That stuff's still in the Oppenheimer. Yeah, that's his name. Ow, you ain't calling. I'm gonna start me a negotiation firm over there in Asia. Lifetime protection from for life, which means Emily. Which means if I send Shaq over there to breathe, right? Let's just say hypothetically I sent him over there on a contract on this land out here to Africa, back to the black.
Yeah, that's the video.
Yeah,
So
it's
it is just
happening.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very strong on that, like they should.
We should go keep these people alive. Hell, no, we're alive. Get out of here.
The audacity to tell him to not go. This chica, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
In as much as we try to paint them black, at the same time we have
you know, right?
or what do you want me to be?
Right.
That are goddamn dangerous to black people. I don't care if they do damage to black people, to black people, and have it, guys. I get a little money.
Nothing. People, I'm ready to go down in history. Fight for what? Like, fight for what? Like, up tomorrow and all of Africa was black. I wish I had good leaders. I wish this and all of Africa was black. I wish I had good leaders. I wish I this.
Why you going to sleep with another woman? I can see where you gonna put your dick at. You don't see nobody, none of you. I can't get rid of tribalism, but I can put my dick in a foreign woman.
With the repercussion, what happens now? Have you been to Cape Town, all street kids field?
That's why
There
we're
is no hope in
supposed
Africa
to,
at the
no,
moment.
That's why we're supposed to look for a solution, Leslie. Because
Right
if
now.
everybody keeps saying
Because Africans and they are black. You count someone to waste their life.
Practice tribalism. You saw your goofy tribe.
Someone to waste their life
Practice tribalism. You saw your goofy tribe.
because of money.
You don't give a fuck about your tribe.
So you're saying
Question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Call me black.
You be called a nigga.
All of a sudden, look at your brothers. Look at your brothers who have traveled abroad. If you have your way to live, you live. Me, money like all my other brothers, my students I teach in the university that I lecture. My students are doing this, but I'm bullish.
Race of African people.
No, so it's a financially stupid decision.
Right.
So, game of that hates you.
To me, for men, you understand? And send you the video.
Yeah.
The magical things that AI could do. Thing is, no matter how intellectual we are, no matter
Internet doesn't solve any problems.
yeah.
Deciding what big behind it's not.
But then you can't deny to do there's 5 months of my no, it can't. But if you prompt it, it helps you do work faster. If nobody have you ever attended a meeting when you've not eaten?
Right.
My,
Everybody, mandatory. You're gonna be an African.
It's a book?
You must read that because it does things quicker. Because it can by Europeans. That means we talk wrong.
let's say
90% of the human being, the African human being, is so very powerful. These things that the ruling people bad thing they do because they're non-human beings. Think out of nature, out of the creator, and correctly. Do this power. Do this for me right now. Let me see Google don't lie. Do this for me. See if they already hit, if they start hitting, and when they control all of it now, shit's crazy.
Device in computing terms, it can perform an equivalent of an adjustment.
I told you now don't you see what the high AI is nowhere close of any AI. It's like 10% of the app. Whether you can capture the full that can compete with you. But you have to have neural melanin. I mean the past the skin can process information at the speed.
Mutations, however, the brain is better at interpreting the outside.
AI in the African brain is like 100 times, but it's not you're not
So-
say it again like
I'm asking how.
Just ask your question.
I'm saying like what would like it's a rhetorical.
bubble bath and drink your wine.
Would it make sense for you to have this brain which I know I'll probably never use in life? I have to just fly over to Japan and take 75k and sleep with some chick.
I feel like people. Historical.
I've already did the research for you.
Alright. Black people,
What happened? What's the
Our enemies. They
In America, consider himself African.
As a black man, American city, what now?
as
That's why it's called African American.
What is an African American? How can you say a mango orange?
Hold on, CIA psyop when that's impoverished, right?
yeah?
Yeah, so
When you go to Colombia, the dark African people, all the mixture African. That's why you got so much tribal mixture. You stay fucked up and on the bottom. But
so why don't you just say African? Why do you add American to it?
what you say? Because we're in America.
So if I
That's what they call us.
no, I said if I as an African,
Americans.
why do
Why you call yourself Cameroon?
people at the airport showing an African passport at this moment? You do understand? But what I'm saying is, I'm not. If you gave me an option to call myself African or Cameroonian, I'll call myself African.
Why you call yourself Zimbabwe?
Statement. Okay, let's go back to it. How does the statement African?
Psychological operationless. Logical operate, that was a psyop.
I want to live.
Logical operate, that was a psyop.
I want to live.
Continue and Wednesday. Continue and Wednesday.
yeah.
Okay, so you got, wait, Cameroon, Gabon, what are they? Guinea, what are they?
Some grammar. How can you say a mango orange
You mad that we
or an
call
orange
ourselves
mango?
For Africans?
And they know they don't want to be called African.
The Africans come back for the Africans.
Finally got into what do we call African?
The Africans come back for the Africans.
Finally got into what the problem is. Try for this time
Yeah.
with a new generation of you talk like me, you do everything like me, you have do everything like me, you have. You just said it a while ago, kid.
I never, listen.
You just said it a while ago, kid.
I never, listen. I never said trade. I never said trade. African is still, listen. African is still, listen.
And all these things we're saying will have no. And all these things we're saying will have no. You're calling. You're calling a country not a. By the end of the day, we're all a country not a. By the end of the day, we're all Africans. That's what. Most Africans. That's what. Wants to be. Nobody wants to be referred to as African. Africans. They wouldn't even marry Africans. Marry Africans.
Everything in Jamaica was just like Africa. They said, yes, we know we African.
Political confiscation of you saying, why didn't we come back to you? I don't cherry pick. I'm just realistic. I don't cherry pick. I'm just realistic and I'm not look at the sugar coating. That is it. Everything.
I seen them go to Trinidad and Tobago. They told you they were Africans. They're just Africans.
Yeah, African. So would you be comfortable with me saying African entertainment television?
Yeah, it's all good.
Leslie, if you were so concerned in Africa, go back and get his shoes.
Okay, kid Limbe of Limbe, Cameroon. I don't know if you know it. It's one of the slave cities. I visited all the dungeons where slaves were kept before they were attached to reconcile.
Leslie has a problem with black.
Yeah.
Tamil, Tamil, Tamils in India who look like.
But do you have some Indians that are African? Yeah, because it's black. The black man created
Street do we go back to? At what point?
slaves.
Yeah, is why do you refer to yourself as black, and more so, don't want to be referred to as African.
Say yourself what?
Why don't you want to refer to yourself as African? Why do you?
Like 600 Africans in India.
In the middle of CBD, nobody will know where you're from.
You have Africans that are in India. I think it's like 400 million to 500 million of them.
Kid, let's
Really
have a
fine
part
Africa.
2.
Thank you, kid. Thank.
Thank
Man, wow.
yeah, literally.
And Joby's got a crush on here. Shout out to the most beautiful lady with
Time continues
Sure.
sometime. The show was supposed to be an hour. They're Caucasian. Really
Our
bad day.
internet, I'm seeing
End of
something
discussion.
about
Another day.
passport when you get to America.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep your black ass at home.
Go from E
Yeah,
to Joe.
it's been amazing. Session really makes us like Africa. So
Yeah.
it's been amazing. Thank you guys. Part 2 on Let's Pop on with Ayrton. Thank you so much. Remember, you are the
mosquito keep ghosting the chase with our connectivity. But I hope tonight we're gonna have the show. But
Yeah.
much love. Thank you so much for checking
Yeah.
in. We appreciate you.
yeah.
Thank you
Leslie,
so
any closing
Leslie,
remarks?
any-
I know you want to do foul things with Japan.
everybody, make sure you join Dimore in the next few. He will be here with the news. I hope it's gonna be stable.
It's been acting up, but I hope we're gonna
It's
be
gonna
okay.
be stable tomorrow. King Mad